All of this is going to be available in a link down below as a PDF. I'm going to scan all of this stuff and put it out as a PDF. So don't miss on this. This was my study guide, okay? This will definitely help you on the test. CPhT, Certified Pharmacy Technician. I passed the PTCB. Got my results on Saturday. Took it on the 26th of February. As you can see right there, I passed. Yes, I passed. Thanks to Pima. Thanks to you guys, because you know I do this for y'all. It keeps me motivated. I passed, man. I'm a certified pharmacy technician. Now what? Well, first, let me tell you how I passed, okay? One big contribution is going to Pima. Hands down, Pima will get you ready for that test and many other tests that are available out there from the PTCB. I'm gonna show you something. You see this? This is from Ashworth. See Ashworth College. It says Pharmacy Technician with Honors. And this was given to me in 2018. I'm sorry, 2019. It's been that long. 2019, okay? I went to Ashworth College, which was online, did a pharmacy technician program, okay? Graduated with honors with the 4.0, and I couldn't pass the PTCB. I couldn't pass it to save my life. And the reason why is because Ashworth College has a terrible pharmacy technician program. It's almost hilarious. And I'm gonna make a video about that. But after I did that program, I went to CVS. I was at CVS as a pharmacy technician extern for a while. Before I even went on my extern into the pharmacy, I was actually externing under a government program called One Stop. And they had me externing in the front of the store. So by the time I got to the back, which is the pharmacy, I knew the front of the store as well. And it helped me get employed, but I didn't take the position at all. I ended up going to OptumRx and worked as a senior prior authorization pharmacy technician. The pay was good, the benefits was good. CVS was trying to offer me $14, so I couldn't, you know, be okay with that kind of pay after, you know, doing months of schoolwork. So I took a different offer. But let's just say, look, when it came to my job, OptumRx, asking for my certification, because they ended up requiring it later on in my employment. So I was working there for 10 years, I almost said 10 years, 10 months. God, 10 months. I was working there for 10 months before they decided to let me go because I couldn't pass the PTCB. So the first time they gave me a tap on the wrist, I took the PTCB and I scored real low. Right here you can see the scores that I made on the test. They're really low. I think I was like in a 1300. Anyway, it's right here. You can see it. The second time, well, after the first time, they actually sent me to Briova RX, and I worked as like a communication coordinator for pharmacy deliveries. I hated that job. It was a desk job. And there's nothing wrong with a desk job in pharmacy, because senior prior authorization, that was a great job. Nice size cubicle, almost like a mini office. It was actually cool, but working at Briova was terrible. Man. Anyway, back to the story. That doesn't matter. I passed, and I wish I could have did this a long time ago. So they sent me to Briova, and like I said, it was a tap on the wrist. I'm at Briova for the entire summer of 2019, and they give me another chance to get my job back. And literally, my supervisor is right around in the city with all my stuff, my computer, my keyboard, my mouse, my screens, everything that I had in my cubicle when I was a prior authorization tech. And she's just waiting on me to pass the PTCB, right? So over that summer, I tried to do as much studying as possible. It was hard because I wasn't fresh out of school, and that didn't matter because I looked at my school books from Ashworth, and none of that stuff was on the test the first time. So when the summer came, I didn't know what to do. I was scrambling for information. I started just going on like a splurging like frenzy on Amazon, searching for books to prepare me for the PTCB. None of them worked because I took the test and I failed again. I took the test. I'm gonna say it one more time. I took the test and failed again. I failed twice, and as you can see, I failed by only a couple of points into becoming certified. So that was, I mean, that was it right there. After that, I went a year without working in a pharmacy. COVID came anyway, and pretty much I was just, you know, unemployed. It's crazy how that worked out, because 2021 came. And 2021, I ended up getting a job working for the health district, and I was a vaccine prepper. It was a clinical pharmacy technician job, and somehow, some way, I made my way in there. And I'm pretty sure it has something to do with that resume. You know I'm good for resumes. So if you haven't seen a video on being a volunteer before you try to get employed in a hospital, check that out so you can see what I mean, you know, why your resume needs to be like at the top. It has to be like the best resume somebody has ever seen, period. If you don't have a resume, you can't get nowhere. Anyway, so I'm working there. I'm getting clinical experience. I'm working for the state, so it's pretty big. This was a pretty big gig for me. And as I'm there doing my thing, prepping these vaccines, I'm prepping COVID-19 vaccines. I did about 12,000 while I was there. I'm talking to nurses, and something told me I need to go back to school, because what I want to do as a pharmacy technician, I want to work in a hospital. I want to work in an institutional pharmacy. I don't want to work. I don't want to work behind a desk. I don't want to work at no retail. This is what I want to do. I want to draw medication out of the vials into a syringe. I want to make IVs. This is what I want to do. So I looked into schools, and I was going to go to Milan, but I didn't go to Milan because Milan is known for cosmetology. Watch out for these schools. I'm telling you, all these what do you call them? For-profit schools. Watch out for them, because they'll teach you something, but the school is known for photography or known for music, but they're teaching pharmacy tech. So you don't want to go to a school like that. You want to go to a school that is known for medical professions. Pima is #1 on the West. I don't know about the East. I don't know about the South. But here on the West of the Mississippi, Pima is #1 to me, and to a lot of other people too. It is #1 when it comes to pharmacy tech, respiratory therapists, radiology, you name it. Let's just talk about how Pima got me prepared for the PTCB. So at Pima, what did I learn that got me this certification? I'm gonna let you know real quick, real quick, right here. Make these your best friends. These are flashcards. Did I use them before the test? No, but I studied them while I was in school, and this is how I know generic names, brand names, therapeutic class, DEA class. This is how I remembered those things, but that's not my key. So keep watching, all right? And let me just show you. I'm really in the spirit to making this video because I just posted in a study group on Facebook that I passed the PTCB. See, there's me right outside the Pearson View Center holding up my paper, and I posted in the group, I passed the PTCB last weekend. If anyone wants to borrow my study guide, I can send them to you in a PDF. Just message me. My test had many questions on math, institutional pharmacies, and hazardous drugs. And look at that. Already I got 53 likes, and man, I got so many comments. Hold on, you guys can't even see all of them. I gotta click on all comments. I got so many people asking for my study guide, and a lot of people are already messaging me for the PDF. And I decided to make this video before I do all that, and I'm gonna put the PDF of my study guide below this video. So let me sign in. Let's see who messaged me. So I got about maybe, I don't know. What do you think that is? Maybe about 50 people. And that's the thing too. Mad Money is a non-profit. Everything I'm giving you is free. You're getting the best information out there now from a certified pharmacy technician, okay? A certified pharmacy technician giving you advice, giving you more so information than advice for free. I'm not charging. I don't do seminars. I don't charge for these videos. I don't have a Patreon. None of that, okay? It's free, completely free. And I'm giving out this information for free. So let me show you how I passed the PTCB. All right, I'm gonna show you books, I'm gonna show you flashcards, and I'm gonna show you what to buy, what not to buy, and I'm gonna show you how to make a study guide for the PTCB and how this one was actually made. You actually learn how to make one when I tell you I made this one. So check this out. First, this was the first book I read. This is Certification Exam Review by Paradigm Education Solutions. This was given to me by Pima. Pima gave this to me in the beginning of my year as a pharmacy tech student. So in here, I even read the beginning. Like why, look, like stuff like why become certified, state practice requirements. I read everything from front to back, literally. I read the introduction. Read these books, man. Like you're paying for it. You might as well read it. I read everything. I read, you know, what's on the test. I know you could get that off the website, but if it's in a book, might as well read it, right? Everything. I even annotated some things in there that I thought that were interesting. So I read this, okay? I read the entire thing, and I noted some things on the side. I got my tabs here. I literally went through this whole book. Just like, look at that. Everything is highlighted. Like everything highlighted. Some things are, you know, color coded. I went through the whole book. All right. So this was my first book that I read. I knocked it out in about a month, about 30 days. And let's see, how many pages is this? About 250 reading pages. Actual reading pages, not the index and stuff like that. About 250 pages, knocked it out in 30 days. That's almost 15, between 10 and 15 pages a day. All right, that's all it took. This, I don't know if it's available on Amazon. You could check. Here's the ISBN. I don't know if you can see that, but like I said, Certification Exam Review for Pharmacy Technicians by Cheryl Akin, 4th edition, Paradigm Education Solutions. This will get you ready for both tests. This will get you ready for the PTCE and the other tests that the other few states are accepting, which is, I think it's like, I don't know what it is. It's by the NHA though, but here in Nevada, we are based off of, or we're certified if we take the PTCB. So this is good for both tests. I use this, all right, as you can tell. Next, I use this, okay? This is Mometrix. Wow, that's a terrible name, but they have good information, so it doesn't matter. Mometrix test preparation. This is the Pharmacy Technician Study Guide 2021 through 2022. Okay, and I did take the test at the end, and I did not do the videos. I didn't do the videos because I had a real physical teacher teaching me this stuff. I didn't need the videos. I just needed to review over the information. Another one where, as you can see, I got tabs in there. So I read this. I even read the beginning. Okay, look, pace yourself. Have a plan for guessing. Trust me. There's going to be some things on there that you might have to guess. It's going to be some things on there that you're playing Russian roulette to get the answer to, because the PTCE is not easy. Do not listen to no senior pharmacy tech that took the PTCB before 2015. If they did, they don't know what you're talking about. Okay, back then it was much easier. It is difficult now. Okay, and it's been like that since 2019. So check it out though. I read everything. You see? Big plans, study small, make your studying count. I read all this stuff because all of this stuff is valuable. They're giving away how to pass the test in the beginning of the book, how to study this book, everything. You can't just always open up every book and think that there's no instructions to it. The instructions are in the introduction. So that's what I did. I read that first. All right. And just soak all this in, because when I show you the study guide, you'll see why I passed the PTCB. Okay. Just me telling you this, you should already know, like, this guy knows his stuff. Anyway, moving on. So as you can see, I went through this entire book. This is all pharmacology stuff, but you can see, right? You can see every page has my marking on it. All right. So Mometrix, whatever, Mometrix, whatever you want to call it, purchase that. That I got off of the PTCB website, actually. So cop that while you can. Now let me show you this. I'm not going to say don't get it. I'm not going to say to get it. These flashcards right here are also by the same company, Mometrix. And if you go to their website, and they don't pay me, I'm not sponsored by them. I don't run any commercials or anything on this YouTube, you know, with their products. Well, at least not yet. You know, it's nothing wrong with it. I do believe that their products are good. I bought these back in 2019. These are their flashcards that go over every section of the PTCB. So I have them in sections. See, they're in separate Ziploc bags. Another thing, when you're studying, you want to stay organized. This is organization. Okay, this is being organized. Big bags, small bags for the different sections of the PTCB. Get organized. All right, so each one is different, right? Look, see, I'm gonna show you. Pharmacy, billing, and reimbursement. Okay, so you're gonna have stuff like Medicare, Medicaid, all that. Then you have sterile and non-sterile compounding. You know, like how big is a 16 gauge, and you know, D5W mixed with half saline and all that stuff, right? Then you have quality assurance questions. Okay, you have order and entry field process questions, right? You have medication safety, okay, and it goes on and on. You know, look, inventory management, and see, even on these cards, you can still highlight stuff and notate, because there's a lot of information on these cards. When you turn them to the other side, there's paragraphs. It's not just, you know, one word or one sentence. They actually put, you know, information on these cards. So it's good if you didn't do too well in pharmacy tech school. Okay, so if you didn't do well in pharmacy tech school, maybe something like this will get you to pass the PTCB, because you're going to need it. You're going to need everything you can get your hands on. I'm just showing you, don't splurge on everything. I'm showing you what you should buy from Amazon or any of these websites that offer any products that will help you pass the PTCB. I'm telling you what you should buy. This brand, Mometrix, whatever, great brand. Buy their products. They will help you pass the PTCE. Now, I'm going to show you something. Let's do this. I'm going to show you one that's not going to help, okay? It's not going to help. If you look at the reviews, look at the reviews on this. This is Essentia PTCB, okay? Now, I don't know what they were thinking when they made this, because it's too much. It's 300 pages, okay? And that's it. I mean, I'm gonna be generous, you know, that's including like the answer sheets and, you know, all the tests and stuff like that. But I mean, you know, 300 pages is still a lot. It's still a lot. And their pharmacology section is way too big. It's over 100 pages, just the pharmacology, and that's too much. That is way too much. I believe Mometrix is 80, which is decent. Still a lot, and Paradigm is like 60, but their font is real small. But over 100 pages is too much in the pharmacology section. And literally, when I didn't even read this, like, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't read it. I just took the test in the back. That's it. I didn't even read this, because when I skimmed through it and I looked at the reviews, everybody was saying that it's too much. It's drawing towards the nursing side of pharmacology. It's too much stuff in here that a nurse should probably know for a test, and not a pharmacy technician. So I will pass on this. I don't know how much it costs. I will pass on it. If you see it, do not buy this. Buy this, okay? And all this is same company, okay? I probably got it in a package deal. You know how Amazon is, they upsell you on everything. Buy this though. This would definitely help you, because it's just practice. It's going to show you what the test might look like. I don't care where you get a practice exam from. Do as much practice questions as possible. And that's why I bought this. I also got a couple of apps. I'm not going to share them because I didn't really use them. I use my study guide. So now there's one other book also. Pharmacy Calculations. Here's what I gotta say about this book. This book will not help you on the PTCE, period. It won't. What this book is going to do though, it's going to keep your math skills sharp if you're a compounding tech or if you are a IV tech. I would get this just to stay sharp. And I would say maybe, you know, just go through the book once a year until you feel like you really mastered the math of pharmacy. So like, you know, I'll probably go through this book sometime in the summer and from front to back. And I know some of this stuff is easy, like, you know, like, let's see, like Roman numerals and, you know, unit conversions, all that. I could do that in my sleep. But it's all about practicing, right? Pharmacy is all about practicing. Do not purchase this for the PTCE, okay? Let's start with math because I want you guys to really watch this video and get everything that I'm saying here. I didn't use flashcards. I used 2 books, okay? And I used everything that I retained, all the knowledge that I retained from class at Pima. So if you go to a pharmacy technician school, I would definitely go to the tutoring classes and learn math. Learn lots and lots of math. Take notes, record the instructor while they're, you know, teaching you. Take pictures of the board, and I'm gonna show you why. This is what I use. This is my math study guide, okay? This is the math study guide that I put together, okay, in my own words, in my own form and fashion to pass the PTCE, okay? Let me show you real quick. I'm gonna go off the screen for a little bit just so I can show you. So, Bam, everything is neat, organized. Wrote it with a nice ink pen. And every page is written with a number. Organization is key, okay? Now I recently just used it, okay, because I just passed the PTCB like 4 days ago, okay? So I didn't go back in here and put everything back in order. But, you know, that's a start, right? So look, I start off with the easy stuff first. Metric and more. So this is conversions, a lot of conversions, right? Then I go to a little bit more intermediate stuff. Diluent powder and reconstitution, right? Milliequivalents, units, you know. Let's see, dilution techniques, right? Let's go into something harder. Total volume of IV infusion, okay? This is concentrated in dilution percentage concentrations, okay? And somewhere in here, I'm sure, yep, allegations, okay? This is everybody's, you know, nightmare, allegations, when they're really easy when you understand them. So everything that I learned in school is right here. All my notes, okay? All my notes. This is from me having to go to tutoring 2 hours before school even start. Before school even start, I'm at Pima 2 hours before with the instructor getting taught math before math class. So by the time I got to class and the instructor is teaching the rest of the class, I already know it. So when she passes out any assignment or gives any assignment for homework, I'm confident and I'm going to pass, okay? And yeah, I took some notes in that class as well. Not just, you know, at the tutoring session, but out of all that, I combine everything together and I make stuff like this, okay? Look at this, man. It doesn't get no better than that, right? And I even wrote like important notes about allegations, like it says, remember if the product does not contain active ingredients, its concentration is 0%. If the product is pure active, or if the product is pure, its concentration is 100%. So I wrote stuff like that here just to remember while I'm taking the test, just in case, you know, they say, you know, pure coal tar, what percentage is that? That's 100%. You know, they're not going to give you the percentage in the allegations. That's probably why that's everybody's nightmare. But all of this is going to be available in a link down below as a PDF. I'm going to scan all of this stuff and put it out as a PDF. So don't miss on this. This was my study guide, okay? This will definitely help you on the test. I break things down simple and easy. There might be some misspelled words. I mean, you know, but I mean, it's me. I'm a real human doing this. And I'm just by myself. You know, I was just a student not too long ago. Anyway, now I'm going to show you my study guide. And I'm going to show you how I did it. Okay. So, I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to pharmacology, you have to know this stuff. And the longest study guide is going to be on pharmacology. Everything else, like law and, well, there's some law in here, but you know, inventory management. I made giant size flashcards for that stuff, and I'm gonna show you that in a minute too. But your #1 study guide to go to make sure you pass is that math and this and the few giant size flashcards I'm gonna show you in a minute. But look, check this out. So this is the study guide, and as you can see, I even highlighted and notated on a study guide that I typed. Okay, these are just the things you have to do to pass the PTCE. I'm telling you, I made charts. I made this stuff. This wasn't in no book. I made the chart. I put things in this order: generic name, brand name, classification, important info. I did this myself. This stuff is literally in here now. I made this, and it took about After reading both books, that took about a month and a half. I made this in about a month, within that month and a half. As I was reading, I was typing stuff like this, if that makes sense. Anything that I notated, I put it in a paragraph. And as I read it for another 30 days, I realized that there was some stuff that I was missing. So I wrote it on the side. I wrote some of this stuff on the sides, you see, because you never stop learning. Even when you think that you learned it all, you never stop, you know. So but I go over everything from central nervous system drugs, which are your, you know, opioids, your NSAIDs, anti-inflammatory drugs, antidepressant drugs, psychoactive drugs. I went into hypertensive agents, you know, you name it. Everything from opioids to antibiotics to thyroid drugs, glaucoma drugs, everything, man. I went over everything. Over the counter drugs. And there's some law. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this part. So this was some of the law stuff that was, it's not even that much. See, it's not like a bunch of stuff like when was the FDA established? You know, it was mainly stuff, mainly laws that you need to know at a retail pharmacy. I put most of that stuff in there, but you could always learn all of it. I'm not holding you to that. And I even put like, you know, like what's the law with what's the law concerning faxing controlled substances, controlled to substances, and verbal controlled substances, and partial controlled fields, and what is REMS, risk evaluation and mitigation strategy. That's about it on this. Okay, this is going to be in the link below as well. That's it on this though. Next are my giant size cards. So I use these cards, and I did stuff that I always get confused with, like, you know, remembering that recalls deal with the lot number. So I just put the information of both of these on one card. Okay, so this is kind of how I make my flashcards. Then I did one where it was the drug NDC and the DEA number. And the reason why I put these two together is because you have to do math with the DEA number, and you have to know how many numbers is in the DEA number. And with the NDC drug, you have to know that it's an 11-digit number, and you have to know, you know, what is the 4 digits stand for? What is the 3 digits in the middle stand for? What's the 2 digits at the end stand for? You have to know this stuff. So with the lot number, you don't have to know that. You just have to know it's for recalls, and it might have letters in there mixed with the numbers. For the DEA and NDC, that's why they have their own card. Okay, moving on. I did one on BUDs, as far as like oral solutions, topical and semi-solids, and oil-based products. So, you know, 13 or 14, 30, and 6 months. You know, stuff that I think that might pop on the test, and it's, you know, I would hate to get them wrong, because like, oh, you know, I read that, I went over that. So I put them on these flashcards, basically. You know, like the difference between solutions, suspensions, room temperature in Celsius, fridge, frozen, fridge, what vaccines are frozen, what does acute mean, what does chronic mean, what's the adverse effect, what's the side effect. Just anything on these cards are stuff that I would hate to miss, because I read it and I feel like it was so easy I should remember it. But when you're taking a PTCE, it's a lot of pressure on your shoulders, and sometimes you'll be like, damn, I was studying the hard stuff, and I can't seem to remember the easy stuff. So I made these giant size flashcards. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's literally everything I used to pass the PTCE. So next episode, I will show you everything that I'm going to be using to pass the CPhT, That's the compound sterile pharmacy technician exam. So I will get all those things together and show you how I passed it with all of those items. So don't forget, below this video is going to be the link to the documents for the study guide for the math and for the pharmacology. You guys are on your own when it comes to knowing about inventory management, quality assurance, and things like that. I would just buy the Mometrix book and the flashcards as well. Just go to the website and see what they have to offer. Okay. Other than that, I do got other videos coming out, pretty much showing you how to survive Pima, because let me tell you, Pima is not easy at all. It's not. It's going to challenge you. It's definitely going to challenge you. There's definitely going to be some days where you don't want to go to school because it does get challenging. But that's the great part about it. You know, that's the great part about it. You want the challenge, because when you go into the field and you get challenged, you know how to answer that. And I've been doing that since I've been on my extern. And that's another video I'm going to do, showing you my extern, and I actually get off and I'm very tired, and I'm going to end the video right now. So thanks for rocking with me. This is Mad Money, and we out. Yeah.